Namaste, Jai Shiva. I get this question a lot, where people think mind is just an obstacle, and thoughts are another obstacle, and mind just keeps going here and there and there. I understand this could be a trouble, this could be a problem, real problem for seekers in their initial stage. Yes, this is very much of a problem because mind has not learned a little bit of taming, or you have not learned that there is nothing in this samsara which can give you everlasting peace, which can give you everlasting happiness. It's nothing like that. It's nothing in the world, nothing in the samsara. Once that understanding happens, then definitely mind has no reason to run away. What was my wife cooking, or what was happening here, what was happening with my sister-in-law, or how about I'll go and look for this new car, new house, this and that. So all the objects and subjects of samsara are actually deleted from your mind. Once this understanding happens that nothing can give you everlasting peace and nothing can give you everlasting happiness. But even after that, time to time, mind will go on, some kind of nonsense frenzy and go for some kind of thought spree where you just cannot stop the flow of thoughts in your mind. And then very soon people start seeing mind as a hindrance in the spiritual progress, thoughts as some kind of obstacles in the spiritual journey. So to all those people who think like that, just ask one question to yourself. You understand that Paramatma, God, Divine, is ultimately compassionate being? He is the highest level of compassionate being, if you want to even call it a being, whatever. So you understand that Paramatma is ultimately compassionate. So just now compare it with the compassion in you. In comparison to for your child, you may have compassion for your child, for your spouse, for your life partner, or for your mother, father, sister, brother, friend, whosoever, in general. So if you are raising a child, will you give your child something to torture him? All the punishments that parents give to the kids as part of growing up, do they do that to torture the child? No. They do that so that child becomes a better version of himself one day. That punishment is also the part of that same plan. Nothing ever is given to the child just on the name of, trying to take out cruelty. Yeah, I'm not saying there are not bad parents or there are not bad human beings. Yes, there are, and some of them might be doing all that out of cruelty, out of vengeance, out of taking revenge or something dirty. And I'm not talking about those people here. Definitely this journey, spiritual journey, is not at all about all those dirty mind people. Okay, so let's just put them aside. I'm talking about sane people, nice, relatively nice people, that all the punishments as a parent, as a brother, sister, mother, father, or whatever. So why do they give punishment, or why do they give anything to the child? Just so that they can progress in the journey of their life. They can someday survive themselves. They become a good citizen in this lifetime. Right? That's the purpose. So exactly in the same way, you think Paramatma has given us this body to torture us? Paramatma has given us a mind to torture us? Paramatma has given us a way to express through emotions, and that is also to torture us? No, nothing like that. Nothing in our existence is useless. Nothing in our existence was given to us to harm us, to give us some kind of obstacle course, to give us some kind of hindrances. Let's see, Paramatma wasn't thinking, let's see how you attain moksha. I will give you 99,000 problems and I'll make your system defective. So you never reach there. Manufacturer's fault. Nothing like that. Paramatma did not give you this body to torture you. This body becomes an aid for us to attain moksha, to walk our spiritual journey. This mind was given to us to be able to reflect the chittavrittis that we have within, vasanas that we have within, sanskaras that we have within. If you do not understand what is vasanas, chittavrittis or sanskaras, then I created Yog Darshan Patanjali videos. You can find them on my channel and you can watch them if you do not understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, so mind was given to us to be able to see within. Emotions were given to us to be able to reflect us within. They are not at all some kind of, hindrances or obstacles. They are the tools given to us. Ego is not a problem. Ego was given to us so we can survive in this world where 90% people around us are living either in fear or in varying degrees of cruelty. I'm not saying all of them are hardwired to be cruel or they are outright cruel people or criminals or anything like that. No, but varying degrees of cruelty. Cruelty is also when you go on beating yourself in your head all the time. I'm not good, I am worthless, I am useless, I am this, I am that. That is also cruelty that you are doing towards yourself. Okay? So 99% are in that varying degrees of cruelty are around you. So ego was given to us as a savior. That the problem becomes when we start, decorating that ego. Through whatever we achieve or whatever we do, we start decorating that ego. That's when it becomes a problem. All the extra decoration becomes a problem. Otherwise, it was just to safeguard us. For example, ego is also when you play a particular role. Asmita takes a form. Asmita takes an identity. Identities are not so much of a problem if you see them in the right perspective. A guru needs to be a guru. When a disciple is in his or her company, when they are dealing with disciples or students, a parent needs to be a parent when they are raising a child. A brother needs to be a brother. An employee needs to be an employee when they are doing something or dealing with their bosses and all that. Right? So identities as such in themselves, when they are seen in the right perspective, are not a problem. Our attachment to those identities is a problem. You understand that? Your attachment to those identities, your all the efforts in trying to save those identities is a problem. Your attachment with them is a problem. Lot of enlightened gurus, they are born out of somebody, right? So they have parents, families, and even though they might have given the homely life long ago, and they do not understand relationships anymore after enlightenment, and everybody is like just everybody and anybody, and they themselves are like very ordinary person. But lot of people still see them as like me. A lot of my people around my family, I'm sister to them, I'm mother to them. So they still see me in that frame. Am I going in trying and save that mother identity in me? Am I going in trying to save the sister identity in me, or the somebody's child's identity in me, or whatever? No. Do I have attachment to those identities? No. Do I have attachment to even this identity as a guru? No. So the attachment to the identities is a problem, and that's when our ego becomes decorated and ego becomes a problem. Right? So there are two ways to go about in your spiritual journey. One is you go into a cave and seriously forget about the outer and external world and seriously meditate day and night for a few years. in 10 years, in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years, in some amount of years, you will gain an ability to see within your own chitta, to see your own vasanas. You do not need anybody, any human being to reflect that. You do not need any play of your own mind and emotion to reflect that. But that is not a possibility. That is not a luxury everybody has. A lot of us are born in samsara, have karmic attachments in samsara, have karmic responsibilities in the samsara. We were not born in the cave to a mother who left us outside the house of the Dalai Lama. No, that is not what has happened. A lot of you are married. A lot of you have responsibility of parents and families and this and that and have children. That does not mean you cannot walk your spiritual path. But at the very same time, if you are born in samsara, use samsara to reflect what you have within. And what do you need to use as a tool? In order to do that, you need your mind, you need your emotions. Whenever you interact with somebody, anybody around you, your mind will, your emotions will respond in one way or the other, or they will react in one way or the other. The moment that response comes, the moment that reaction happens, just try to examine it. Try to do introspection on that. Analyze that. That is how you will see raga within. Because with some people, you will have outright attachments. You will see dvesha within. Because with some people, you have complete aversion with. You don't want to see them, you don't want to talk to them, you just dislike them for this or that or whatever reason. Does not matter. But just see, in order to see the play of raga and dvesha within, you need people. You need samsara. And you need your mind and emotions as a tool. And that is the whole purpose they were given to us. Because after all, Paramatma knew if everybody starts living in Himalayas and meditating in the cave, who will survive? Who will survive the samsara itself? Samsara won't survive. Samsara won't go on. So we do need some people down below who can provide as a support, and some people will get out from even that. So it's the same river remains same. Some people are drowned, some people swim it. So samsara remains same. Some people will get attached to it and that's very same samsara becomes a cause of bandhana, bondage for some people. And they keep on going from life to birth, birth to life, and that kind of a life cycle. But for some people, it becomes a support to attain moksha. So if you are born in a samsara, you must just use samsara. Use your mind, body and emotions to reflect what is within. Don't see them as a hindrance. Don't see them as a obstacle kind of don't see your mind as something that needs to be discarded. Yes, ultimately it will be discarded. After all, when your house is all built, who needs a hammer? You don't keep on carrying hammer all the time when your job is done. So tools have their applicability. Tools needs to be used at the right time. When you need a screwdriver, do not use hammer at that time. Okay, and when you need a hammer, don't try to do the job with a screwdriver. So exactly is the same thing. When you need to use mind, use mind. When you need to reflect using emotions, use emotions. When you need to reflect and do analysis of that reflection, use your brain, use your mind, use your intellect. And when you go around with people and start meeting people here and there, making relationships, getting involved with everybody, you need your body, that's it. After that, after the job is done, then you put aside all those tools and stuff will automatically be pushed aside. So have faith, have an understanding that just like as a parent, as an elder to anybody, to your brother, sister, to your cousins, to your friend, to your child, anybody. Just like as an elder, you won't give anything to take out some revenge, cruelty, or to stop somebody from living their life purpose. You won't do that. So why do you think an ultimate compassionate being, Paramatma, divine God, will give us something which stops us from pursuing our spiritual journey, which stops us from coming to His house, or which stops us from merging into Him? Why would you think Paramatma would do that? No, He hasn't done that. He gave us body, He gave us mind, He gave us emotions, everything in your existence, just so that it is easier for you to go and merge in the source. Nothing was given to stop you. Okay? I hope you understand. Namaste. Jai Shri.